You know, Grace,
What's on your mind, Scott?
what makes a host a host? You know, I could be just as good as that old Drew Fawcett any day. Yeah, that old dog, he can't win you an Abby, but this cool cat, I mean, listen.
What are you trying to say, Scott?
I don't know. How hard could it be?
Scotty, it takes years of training to become a host. You're a host from birth, like a queen bee in the hive. It's not something you learn, it's something you are.
Yeah. But I can do that. I can do that with my eyes closed, with my butt clenched, with my knees a-knocking.
What do you mean?
Look, I could tell you, or... I'm watching Drew go pitter-pat. Said I can do that. Yep, I can do that. Come on, I like to talk, to chitter-chat. Said I can do that. I can do that. Give me his job, I'll learn it real fast. Now that I'm here, Drew's in the past. I can do it also. Give me the suit, give Drew the boot. Hell, I can do that. I can do that.
Drew's got that spark, he hits his mark. Knows what to say all night and day. Sure, you can joke, but Drew does coke. And you can't do that.
I could do that.
No, Scotty, not again.
You know what? All right. Okay. You know, if I was host of Closing Time, I mean, yes, we would change the name to the Scotty Herrera Show. But we would also show all of our amazing staff members' talents.
That group of ragamuffins, what can they do? Without Drew, the show is nothing. Kaput!
Hannah Cremins stands on her head. Or so she said, yeah, she said. We might have been misled. Grant Ritchie flips over his back. Say, who can do that? Actually, Grant can't do that. Justina playing the melodica. And she can do it while she taps. Speaking of that, see?
Scotty, I gotta tell you a secret. In order to be the host of Closing Time, you need to have voted for Joe Jorgensen.
Oh. Yeah, I won't do that.
Hey, you know I didn't vote for Joe Jorgensen. Right?
Yeah, sure, I know that, but, he doesn't know that, so. Jesus, you smell like the studio. Get out of here. Go.
Okay. Jeez, I hate her. Oh, God, I hate her. Okay, closing time. It's a closing time. It's the time to close. Time to close? More like time to open. Good evening, and thank you to everyone joining us on this season finale of Closing Time. This semester has been full of changes, but some things will always stay the same. What I mean by that is Closing Time will always only be seen by the parents of kids who worked on the show, so thank you to our dedicated fans. But in all seriousness, we are really living through something huge right now. For starters, we finally have a new president. Of course, President Trump complained about the apparent corruption going on at the polling stations. Unfortunately for him, the Department of Homeland Security issued a statement yesterday proclaiming that this was the fairest election in American history, which is saying a lot considering the first presidential election was decided from a paper fortune teller. Over 70 million Americans came out to vote this year, which is incredible. Sure, half of them thought they were voting for the finale winners of Dancing with the Stars, but listen, we'll take what we can get. Florida was a hugely controversial state this election, with many questioning the validity and resolve of the polling results. Although I gotta say, the Florida voters seem pretty serious about voting. The magnitude of Joe Biden's victory cannot be understated, as it not only promises the first ever female vice president, but also the first ever Secretary of Werther's Originals. But in all seriousness, this has been a historic week for the US and evidently the world. We finally got a president who doesn't lie about the state of affairs, let alone his hair loss. Things are looking up, and honestly, I'm relatively optimistic. Sorry, wait, what? Alex Trebek just died? Who's gonna host Jeopardy? Silver foxes don't grow on trees, Eric. Okay, let's get back into the news. On Tuesday, a Domino's employee was arrested for sneaking razor blades into a patron's pizza dough. Meanwhile, a Pizza Hut employee got a raise after, and I'm quoting, molly-whopping a punk-ass customer. Reality TV star Kim Kardashian turned 40 this week. Actually, let me rephrase that. Parts of Kim Kardashian turned 40 this week. In other celebrity news, the Los Angeles Fire Department were called to Denzel Washington's mansion this week after reports of smoke coming from his home. In a disappointing turn of events, they were not filming the sequel to his 2004 film Man on Fire. Scientists recently used a 3D printer to create the world's smallest boat, measuring a mere 30 micrometers. Now this is great news because I can finally tell people my penis is the size of a boat. In a beautiful piece of irony, Facebook issued a statement Wednesday telling researchers at NYU to stop using their data, which is kind of like Mark Zuckerberg telling me to act less ghoulish. A non-Emerson resident at the W freaked people out when he started tossing things out of his window and threatened to jump. It was politically motivated, and it's unclear who he was supporting, but guys, let's be honest, this has Jill Stein and the Green Party written all over it. In light of an official ballot drop box being burned in Copley Square, Boston police were called to investigate another garbage fire in the area. Yep, that's right. The members of the Berkeley Beacon were arrested this weekend. Stick around and we'll be right back with more of the Closing Time season finale.
Mind. The human brain is, after all, a structure. An organ made of proteins, fats, water, and other chemicals. Body.
The human of today is capable of feats that his primitive forebears could never have imagined.
Play.
A new game show that tests the limits of competitors' minds and bodies.
Hey, we're your roomies, your homies, your new living best.
We live here too.
Thanks.
Liz!
Action.
Do you have any idea what time it is?
It's time.
7. Oh, 7? It would mean a lot to me if you guys watch. You only care about yourself.
I'm getting kind of worried about Charlie.
The audacity!
Promise me you're not gonna do anything weird tonight.
No.
I am a koala.
Alright, come back in 10 seconds. Ready, camera 1. Camera 1, get a wide shot of the entire thing, and in 3, 2, 1, take it. Talent cue.
Welcome back to Emerson College. Emerson
Camera
trails
4, get a shot of the players moving across the court.
10 seconds left. Emerson trails by 1 point. As
Camera
the
2,
team
close up on the person
finishes their
shooting.
timeout. Thanks, Joe. With 10 seconds left, Emerson is hoping to pull away and score this victory.
Camera 1, get a close up, follow them over.
Emerson trails WPI 10 points. 10 seconds left. Emerson trails by 1 point as the team finishes their timeout.
Camera 1, close up on number 33.
Thanks, Joe. With 10 seconds left, Emerson is hoping to pull away.
Follow the ball, follow the ball.
Arby's Boston Donut on
Grant in donut costume on the street. Hi. So have you heard about the Arby's Dunkin' merger that's been happening?
I just heard about it a few seconds ago.
No, I don't believe you. Can't say that I am.
Okay. Well, I'm here to represent that, and I'm here to ask you. Are you guys aware of the manager of Dunkin' Donuts actually really thinks the moon landing is fake?
I didn't also know that.
Would you say that America runs on Dunkin'?
I would, yeah, definitely. There's Dunkins around every corner, and every American loves it.
Okay, so would you say that maybe Dunkin' doesn't like getting stepped on all that much? I'm part of the marketing team for Dunkin' Donuts. Okay. And I'm here. I was wondering if you would like to see some of the slogans and designs and logos of that I came up with for them.
Okay, let's see them.
Okay, this is the first. Josh, could you show the first one? Come on, Josh. We kind of go.
It's interesting.
Well, would you eat an Arby's donut from Dunkin' Donuts?
No.
How would you think that would taste?
I think it would taste like roast beef.
Probably like poop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that Boston is probably sick? Boston probably. Josh, you're killing me. How about this? Dark.
I like it.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Okay. The Boston merger would actually be bad for Dunkin'.
I mean, yeah, I think it would be bad for it. Yeah, I don't really see doing that.
Hi, can I ask you a question about the Dunkin' Donuts Arby's merger? And how does that make you feel about that? And is who does that? Who does that? If I leave. We have successfully interviewed every single person in Boston, Massachusetts, and just wanted to thank you again for tuning in to Arby's Boston Donut on Grant in donut costume on the street, as asking all of Boston some questions. Oh, hi. If you know me, you know I'm always asking questions. Like, why do dogs dress up in sweaters and not 2 pairs of pants? What were people doing before toasters? And why did my parents stop tucking me in at night? But the main thing weighing on my mind this week is democracy and what exactly it is. This country seems to be totally obsessed with the word, so it's time I got hip. To figure out how democracy truly works, we've decided to conduct our very own closing time town hall, with me as the mayor and random Bostonians as townfolk. Let's get started. Boston, the floor is yours.
Fraud.
And we're off to the races. Expand on that, friend.
Oh, maybe later.
All right, that's fine. Who else?
I saw it.
You saw what?
Fraud. There was knocking on my door, and they were pretending to be someone else, and they asked me for candy.
Oh, that was probably trick-or-treating. It was probably Halloween. That's not fraud, that's trick-or-treating.
It was fraud and identity theft, and I had every right to defend myself. Okay, Drew?
What did you do? Okay, hey, can someone check on that? Go next.
Well, first I just want to say thank you so much for letting me be here today. I'm honored. And I think that the fact that we were able to have such an open forum really shows how democracy is still alive and well. You know, our forefathers...
Snooze fest! Get out of here! I had to. All right, anyone else?
I saw voter fraud, and it was bad.
You did? Go ahead and tell.
I saw a guy put a woman into a box and then cut her in half, and no one did a thing about it, Drew.
Magic show. That was a magic show, though, right? Because there was a box and the woman was in it?
Well, if it was a magic show, how did the girl die, huh?
The girl died? Are you okay? You witnessed a murder.
Okay, well, how would someone who witnessed a murder be able to do this?
Very easily. Are you okay, Isabel? Okay, I guess next person.
You want to hear about fraud? Catch this. 2 kids, 1 trench coat.
Oh, were they like voting? It was like voter fraud.
Worse, they bought a pack of spray paint.
Spray paint? Don't you have to be 18 to buy that? Sheesh!
And that's not all. The other day, I saw a kid on a bike, and his dad was holding onto the handlebars, and he let go, and the kid just kept on biking, and the dad looked proud. What is that, huh?
Well, that's just like it sounds like a nice moment between a father and son. It sounds adorable, frankly.
No, it's socialism at best, fraud at worst. You know, this country is going to
All right. That's all the time we have for this town hall, but thank you so much for joining us. Our next guest is quite the entrepreneur. He's one of the members of the new podcast, Wheel of Fiction, and the owner of Robbie Gessel brand. Please give a warm welcome to Robbie Gessel. Robbie, it's good to have you here. It's good to see you.
Oh, it's so good to be here, Drew. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming. Now, Robbie, I'll open up. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I do lots of things. I like comedy. I'm the president of Chocolate Cake City, which is a sketch comedy troupe here at Emerson. I stream solitaire occasionally. I hold a few world records in obscure types of solitaire.
Right, you were telling me about this backstage.
Mm-hmm.
Can you elaborate on that? You have world records?
Yeah, so worldofsolitaire.com keeps records for the fastest times in different categories of solitaire. These are categories you've probably never heard of, like Australian Patience and Fortune's Favor and...
Yeah, I've never heard of either of those.
Yeah, I have, I think, something like 6 fastest times on the leaderboard.
Wow.
And yeah, I stream that occasionally.
Well, congratulations. That's exciting. So tell us a bit about your brand. I see your shirt and your mask are branded. It says "Be Yourself." What's that about?
Mm-hmm. So this is Robbie Gessel brand merchandise. This actually came out of me wanting to stream solitaire last summer. I wanted to stream it on Twitch, and I was like, oh, I should have a logo. So in making a logo, I created this image of my face, and I thought, that's a great image. I should put it on a t-shirt. And then I was like, well, I need a motto or something, a slogan. So I figured, be yourself, because that's something I do truly believe. But also, you know, it's my face, and it says be yourself. So when other people are wearing it, you know, it's a little bit of tongue-in-cheek.
It's funny. It's tongue-in-cheek.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there a way that we can buy those products?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Robbie Gessel brand, and I've got a link in there that will take you to my website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in a podcast.
That's correct, yeah.
Tell us a bit about that.
So the podcast that I'm in is called Wheel of Fiction. It's dropping this Tuesday, November 17th, and the first episode is dropping then. It's myself, August Gladstone, and Max Murphy, who created the web series, the critically acclaimed web series, The Basement, who we actually were both actors on that show, if you recall.
We did both act in that show, and I would recommend the people at home to watch it. It's called The Basement. Look it up.
The Basement. 3 episodes of perfection,
Absolute
I would say.
perfection.
But yes, so in our podcast, it's a storytelling podcast. We sort of tell an improvised film. We'll write the story for that, and we will get a random genre, and we will click the random article on a Wikipedia article. So we will get a random topic and a random genre, and we will have to create a story based on that.
All right, that's really exciting.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you some questions. It'll be like a rapid fire back and forth. We got this, all right?
All right, sure.
So first of all, if you could have a famous celebrity or person model your clothing, who would you have?
I would have Nathan Fielder. I'm a big Nathan Fielder fan. You know, my brand was a little bit inspired by Summit Ice, just the sort of like, this is sort of a joke, but also it's very much a real thing kind of clothing brand. And yeah, I'm a big fan of his.
All right, cool. If you could have one villain on your podcast, who would it be?
One villain on my podcast, Joker.
Like from the Joker movie?
Yeah.
Okay, that's exciting. I would be careful though. I've heard some bad things about hosting the Joker. Okay, this is an interesting one. What would your last meal on Earth be?
My last meal, I would say 4-way chili, Cincinnati style. So you've got the spaghetti.
Yes. Go ahead, explain it for me.
Yes, 4-way chili. Spaghetti, you have the chili, Cincinnati style. You have cheese on top, and then you've got onions. And it's quite delicious.
That sounds absolutely delicious. Well, thank you so much. Do you have anything else to say? Anything you want to add?
I just thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Also check out Robbie Gesselbrand, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Check out the podcast, Wheel of Fiction, releasing on Tuesday, November 17th. And yeah.
Yes, well, thank you so much for joining us, Robbie. We'll be back with more closing time.
Man, this sucks. Back home with my parents, I miss the dorms.
Hey, you.
Hello?
Did you finish college only to realize you have no idea what to do with your life?
Yeah.
Only to move back in with your parents, praying to relive those glorious old college days?
Yeah.
Well, look no further. Hire our crew at Dorm Room Makeover. Turn your room into a comfortable dorm room you know and love. Remind yourself what life used to be like.
Well,
Stop trying. Let me talk. At Dorm Room Makeover, we'll give you all the essentials to make it feel like you're right back on campus. Order the new Dean's List package that comes with an actual roommate.
Well, maybe not a new roommate.
Shut up. It comes with an air freshener that smells like roommate, rancid-ass, stinky laundry. We'll put laundry all over your floors. We'll make loads of loud noises outside your door. We'll leave empty alcohol bottles for the aesthetic. You could even find one of the hidden 5 pieces of trash we'll place in every room. We'll even sexile you at least 2 to 3 nights a week. You'll have to sleep on the couch. If it's clean, that is. We'll crowd the bathroom counter with our own toiletries.
That just sounds bad.
With the Dean's List package, you even get a weekly room safety inspection. If we find any contraband, it's game over for you. You also have to pay to do your laundry. Better start labeling what's in the fridge. The mini fridge, that is. But be careful, your roommate might eat it. But that's what you wanted, right? That's what you wanted, right?
This isn't what I meant when I said I missed
Shut up! I was never talking to you. Never once did I talk to you. This is my thing. I used you. Buy now for the low cost of tuition.
All right, we've had a lot of laughs tonight, haven't we? Well, unfortunately, I'm going to change the mood to a bit more somber. This is our last episode, you guys, for the semester, that is. And this is really reminding me that today is the 1-year anniversary of my near-death experience. Yeah, that's right. A year ago, on this very day, I, Drew Fawcett, slipped on a $100 bill and bonked my head. I was unconscious for a total of 5 seconds, and in those 5 seconds, I saw the face of God. And he told me, Drew, get your tushy and keep on living. So that's what I've done. I've kept on living. However, sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I hadn't survived, if I kept my little tushy right where it was and said, God, take me, you gorgeous, gorgeous man. So I've set up a virtual funeral to firstly mourn the loss of another closing time season, but also to see what some of my friends would have said if I was killed by that $100 bill.
Where do I begin? Drew was more than the host of Closing Time. He was a friend, maybe a lover, possibly a father. He was somebody's son. Drew was Drew, and we'll miss him.
Okay, that was something. Strengths. You said my name a lot, and I love my name. Weaknesses, everything else about it. Come on, where's the drama, the flavor? You make me seem like the Wonder Bread of M-Chan late night TV hosts, and that won't do, okay? Want to know why that won't do?
Why?
Because Mama said I was a star, okay? And she wouldn't lie to me, all right? Who's next?
I'll go. Drew taught us a lot. For example, I learned a lot about moving up on a talk show. It's all about keeping the host happy. If he thinks he's the greatest late night TV show host to ever exist, you just agree. You don't tell him that a blind child could read the teleprompter better than him. If Drew asked if he looked fat in a suit, whatever you may think, just say no. After every time Drew speaks, just smile and laugh.
Are you serious? This is my funeral. Show some respect, okay? I'm your boss.
Actually, you're not my boss, and this is sick. Who hosts their own funeral? You weren't even going to die. It was a $100 bill. You literally benefited from it.
You take that back. I was unconscious for 5 whole seconds, and that $100 bill can kill. My past 12 relatives all died from slipping on $100 bills. All right, who's next? What? Not even Grant? I mean, come on. Grant loves me, and he didn't bother to show up or speak. I need to sit down. I'm gonna faint. Is it possible from a broken heart?
Am I late? I'm here. Don't worry, Drew. As much as you scare me, I couldn't miss your funeral. Oh my God, is he dead? Oh, Drew. Oh no, he didn't deserve this. What? No, Drew, I love you, Drew.
You love me? Well, I saw my bestie God again. He told me that I am the greatest late night host to ever exist. He also told me to hang in there, at least until the end of the episode. Grant, did you really mean what you said?
Well, I guess I did. I never really thought about it, but I think I do love you, Drew.
This was the best funeral ever. And now, a performance by Ty Bohlman.
Are the neighbors awake yet? Has the alarm's been answered? 'Cause I'm about to scream my head off. I know I've been quite unfriendly, that even heaven won't take me. The devil seemed to back my cause. You made me mad, more than hint had said. I take you to the grave, and that's a promise. No, I won't lie, and I won't try to hide. You, my friend, oh, you pissed me off. How could you blame me? No, I'm not as sane as I could be, but then who would want to be sane at all? Try to act like the nice guy, got plenty to vouch for your alibi, but you hurt me and that's the flaw. You made me mad, more than hints have said. I take it to the grave, and that's a promise. No, I won't lie, and I won't try to hide. You, my friend, oh, you pissed me off. You wanna break parade and act like it's all fine. But honey, you ain't Jesus, but I'll keep on sipping my wine. You wanna act like nothing has changed, but honey, oh, you are hardly the same. You made me mad, more than hint to say. I take you to the grave, and that's a promise. No, I won't lie, I won't try to hide. You, my friend, oh, you pissed me. You, my friend, oh, you have pissed me. Oh, you, my friend, you have pissed me up.
Well, we did it. We did it. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all for a wonderful season.
Dramatic, but I like your style.
Look, from all of us here at Closing Time, thank you for watching. We hope to see you soon. Good night.